I used to do projects all at once. I would think about them as this big chunk, and I would say something along the lines of, I'm gonna lock myself in my room and I'm gonna do this until it's done. I'd go in my office, I'd sit down at my desk, work really well for like 30 minutes, and then I'd get distracted for 20 minutes or something. I'd go online to look something up about the project, get distracted for 20 minutes, then get back on course, work for another 20 minutes, then get distracted for 30 minutes, and then slowly over time, the periods of working would get shorter and shorter and shorter, and the periods of distraction would get longer and longer and longer until eventually I would reach this like super saturated state of hyper procrastination where I would not have left my desk, so I was still technically working, but I just wasn't getting anything done at all. And all of that changed when I found out about this idea of the sprints and the rests, which I got originally from The Art of Learning, I think, by Josh Waitzkin. Great fucking book. Check it out. So the theory of the sprints and the rests is all about the rests. We all know how to work hard. We all know how to knuckle down and put in the sprint and get it done. But what we don't know how to do is to keep that energy going consistently over long periods of time. And that's because we don't consciously rest. And the key is to take rests before you feel like you need them. So you set a timer, you're like, I'm gonna work. If you think you usually work for half an hour, 45 minutes or something, consistently before you need to take a break, you're gonna say, okay, 20 minutes or 15 maybe. You can start smaller and then slowly move it up, and you'll learn over time how much you need. And so you set a timer for 15 minutes, work really diligently and focused for those 15 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break. And the key is that these breaks have to be super high quality. You're not allowed to look at your phone. You're not allowed to listen to a podcast. I really like manual, simple activities for this type of thing. Like weeding the garden is my favorite one. Just get outside in the sunshine, going for a quick walk, doing some dishes, whatever it is. Simple, mind-numbing activity that lets your subconscious work on the problem that you're working on in your project and lets your conscious mind just relax for a minute. Okay, so then back to it again, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Do this a few times, then take a long break, half an hour. Once again, high quality, no screens, maybe get some food, go for a nice long walk, then go back to it again. Doing this, I can maintain high quality work over long periods of time. Whereas before, I would get completely exhausted after I'd spend 6 hours at my desk and I would be completely exhausted at the end. And I probably only did an hour and a half of actual high quality work during those 6 hours, but I spent the entire 6 hours staring at a screen, sitting in a chair, and I would just be frazzled and nervous and exhausted and upset about how much I got done. Where with this, I'm constantly going outside, I'm constantly doing other small chores in the house that I also feel good about getting done. And I just get up and I move around and I have breaks, and it makes me feel so good. And I can actually get in more total high quality effort in the same amount of time while feeling really good and rested at the end of it. So there it is, the sprints and the rests. I hope it helps you guys. Hit that like or subscribe or whatever, and I'll see you in the next one.